Hey, welcome back to Auntie's Cakery. School is almost out for the year, and it is time to appreciate our wonderful teachers. First of all, I rolled out some light green fondant and draped it over that cake. Using my fondant smoothers, I smooth it out. I did an 8-inch cake and a 6-inch cake this way. After I've got both those tiers all covered in fondant, I'm going to stack them up. But first I'll put some straws in there as a little bit of support. A little icing to help stick that top cake on. And then I just melted some fondant here to put right in between the crack so you don't have to see the gap. Stick that in the refrigerator while I start on all the little details. First thing I'm going to make is a pencil. So I've got some yellow fondant here and a little beige colored fondant too. Stick that beige right onto the yellow, then I'm going to roll them together. So when I roll it, the beige and the yellow kind of stick together and look like they're actually one piece instead of two. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Now for the eraser. Stick that on there. It's a little big. I'll cut it off a little later. Roll that on there also. This cake was commissioned to me for a teacher who was retiring. It is so cute, and this precious teacher loved her cake so much when she got it. And then that little metal piece that goes in between the eraser and the pencil, I've cut out that little metal piece. I'm going to wrap it around there. And really, this cake is all about the little details that go into afterward, so I'll be sculpting all sorts of little things that belong in a classroom. Pencil number 1, done. Second thing I'm going to work on is some colored pencils. I'll demonstrate with this blue. Cut that a little long. Let's do a couple of them. Again, stick some beige on the end. And then on the end of those, another little bit of blue. And roll them all together. Blue, red, orange, green, and purple. Next, I'm going to make some little books. I have some white fondant here. I rolled it out fairly thick. I'm going to use my texture tool to make it look like pages on the edge there. And then roll out the cover. This one is red. I also did a variety of color of books as well. Once I have that cover rolled out, I'll stick the book on it, just as kind of a measuring point. Cut it out. I want that cover to fit mostly over the little book. There's one edge, and I fold it over, and then I'll cut the other edge. Straighten out those book edges a little bit. There we go, so cute. And this one, I'm making a little mug. You know those I love my teacher mugs? That's what this is going to be. So I rolled a little cylinder. And this is going to be the handle here. Wrap it around my finger to make that curve. It's a little big, so I'm going to cut it down too. Stick it on that mug. Make sure it's sticking really well. Kind of adjust the shape a little bit. Bet you can't guess what this is going to be. That's right, the classic pink eraser. Just have a blob here, roll it out. Then with my ruler, I'm going to shape it a little bit. Make it a little rectangle. Smash down these edges to make a little angle. Then I'll flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Smash it down to make that angled. And straighten it out a little bit. That was the easiest thing I made on this entire cake. Apple time! Got a little ball, a little star decoration. Stick that stem in there. I'm going to shape the little apple a little bit here. I made a couple of these for the cake too. Voila! There it is, so cute! And what is a cake without some rulers? Some yellow fondant. I'm going to do some little teeny strips here. Probably have a lot of fondant for just a little teeny decoration. Let's make two. With my edible food marker, this is just food coloring in marker form, I'm going to make some lines on there. Looks pretty good! Also on the pencil, I'm going to color the tip, so it actually looks like a pencil. And now for some paper. Again, I'm using a blue edible food marker. Just drawing some lines on this paper. Let's give her an A+. Using piping gel again. Now it's time to stick all the decorations onto the cake. I think I'll put the colored pencils down here in a row. Then the little eraser, put the pencil next to it. And there's her A+ paper! A few more colored pencils on top. Papers and rulers. And here's the book! I didn't like that arrangement, so I'm going to change it so the purple's on bottom. And another little blue one on top. I love teachers! Sorry, I didn't put that on video. Thank you so much to all the teachers out there. Tell you what, I loved my teachers growing up. I was a schoolie. Thank you so much for watching this short little video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. And I will see you next time. Bye!